All right, so September 5th. All right, so the title of this video is going to be blessings, task, and test. All right, I'm gonna tell you what happened. All right, so September 5th, 2024. I was doing my morning walk, all right? So I was doing my morning walk with God, right? And he put on my heart to call this shop, okay? L&M. Just give y'all a recap. I was looking to get my brakes done, right? But this other shop, it quoted me like $1,000 some. And I was like, that's a bit too much. Now, I could do it myself, but I was kind of in a crunch for time, right? And I was like, man, and then especially in the place I was living at the time, you really weren't supposed to work on your vehicle. So I was like, man, worst comes scenario, if I have to, I will, but I prefer not to. You see what I'm saying? But I end up calling L&M, right? Because I felt it put in my spirit, which was the Lord, you know what I'm saying, lead me towards there. And they quoted me $521, right? For brakes and rotors. I said, okay. And they said they could get it done today. I was like, perfect. And it was a blessing, right? Because like I said, the other shop it quoted me like, saying $1,000 some and some change, not including tax, right? And then like when they quoted me 521 L&M, I gave God the glory and the praise. I do one number God. Not only did you lead me to call the shop, but like they was like, they can get you done today, which is, usually you gotta wait for stuff like this. Okay, so now, the lesson behind this is many blessings dry up because God blesses people, okay? And they in turn don't pay forward the blessings or be a blessing to others, right? So when we get these blessings and when God looks out for us, it's not for us to hoard these things, right? Because your Father knows what you need of before you ask. Now, this was the assignment that the Lord gave me. So I am to give Lewis, right? That was the man that I talked to, right? A monetary amount up to $150 and tell him it's a gift from God. Okay. Now the gift will greatly benefit his family. And the Lord put in my spirit, La Familia. So the Lord saved me some money and then turn around and with saving him some money, I was supposed to take $150 and be a blessing and give that as a blessing to somebody else. Okay. Right. So I did that. And then like when I did that, man, like the guy, he was like, oh, thank you. Like he was kind of like, really? I'm like, yeah, man, that's from God. But yeah, so it felt good to be used by God. And then like I said, God saved me some money and in turn I was a blessing to somebody else. And that's how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be a chain reaction. Now, here we go. So in this one, right? So this is where the Lord's test my obedience. Let me tell y'all, right? So I was walking, right? And well, I was supposed to pick up water and food for this guy named Mark. Now, Mark was a homeless man who used to live under the bridge. I used to see him on my daily walk because I would walk like, anywhere from 1 to 3 miles, depending on how I was feeling, right? That was part of my exercise, okay? So I would see Mark. Mark was a homeless man. I introduced myself to him one day, man, got his name and everything like that, and just really just kind of start establishing communications with him, was looking out for him. And it's crazy how people will look down on people that are homeless and less than. Very crazy. But anyhow, man, people were looking down on this man, but I end up getting him some water and food, and I would get him stuff from like Family Dollar or pick him up stuff from the grocery store here and there, right, just to kind of make sure he was good. And I felt good to do that and give to others, right? And I'll tell him, hey, it's a gift from God and blah blah blah, and I'll pray for this man as well. Well, this is a test the Lord gave me. So one day I was walking, right, and the Lord was like, he was like, pick up. It was like an empty bottle of water or an empty bottle that had water in it, but it was sitting on the ground. And the Lord was like, pick that up. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, I didn't put that there, right? So I kept on walking, and this is bad on me now, okay? And then he told me again. I felt in my spirit. He's like, pick it up, and the voice was more stern, right? So I turned around, right, and I picked up the bottle, and then after I picked up the bottle, it was a test of obedience. I said, man, I said, so that was an eventful day, right? September 5th, 2024, right? It was blessings, task, and the test. So all that happened in one day. All right, so that's what happened. Glory be to God.